Okay. Good. Okay, and then the last movement. Yeah. Can you hear me? Yeah. Yeah, if you could walk around, see how's the balance working. So what's the time now? Okay, let's see. Oh, yeah, number three. Yeah. The trumpet volunteer, yeah? Two ready. Yeah. So she told me. All right. So, okay, let's keep going.
Yours is not.
Yeah, nine. So, what's the time now?
It's 10:24.
10:24. 6 minutes. So that will be right after that. Should I ask her? And yeah, Queen of Sheba. So that's number 14. 14. Yeah. Okay. Should I ask her to give us a signal? Do you see Denise?
I can do a fill if you want to go down and catch her.
Ask her. That's right. I will play. Ask her if they could, if that would be, if they could give. I mean, we probably will see when they finish.
They're lining up.
Uh, but if they could give us a signal. Denise.
Denise.
Yeah. Yeah. So and then say that yeah, it's just that's
Wave
right.
of stuff.
That's right. To start and to finish.
Start and
Okay. Ready? So it's less than
they're going to see.
terrific. So, by the way, I invited Andrew. That's completely my responsibility.
It's okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was you at first. I'm like, wow, he looks so much different. Because I was over there
Yeah.
and I couldn't really see.
So, if we just, I remember it was always clear when it begins, when it ends. But if you could give us a signal, that we would be more sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll have to think about when that happens.
Yeah.
They
We're
just
pretty.
threw me for a loop and I'm like, ah! So they should be ready in about 2 minutes.
Terrific. So we'll set up the music. We'll just
Okay.
wait because we have played enough. Yeah. So we'll just set up. Here is the music. We're doing the
Pomp and circumstance.
pomp circumstance. So you're using my music. You can-
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
Yeah. So it's all here.
You want me to do a fill and you can just watch the signal and shut it down?
Oh, maybe you could do
The
the
fill if you want.
Yeah, if you could.
So
Shogun
basically,
farewell.
once everyone's on the platform party, that's when the music will start to die down. They're the
Uh-huh.
last people in.
Okay, so we'll see them clearly.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So you will then. I will do most of the playing, and you'll watch.
Yep, fantastic.
Yeah. Super. Thank you. Thank you, Denise. So it's good.
So as it starts to thin out, I'll just drop out and watch for them.
That's right.
Yeah.
Here's Kevin
Uh-huh.
now.
So.
walkie-talkie. I'm wondering if you start playing, we'll start.
We could do that
Yeah, we
too.
don't mind.
So you let, I'm gonna, yeah, it's 29.
You get the fun job, huh?
Okay. Yeah. So if we start a little bit early, that's fine too.
All right.
So it's exactly 10:30. Yeah. Okay.
10:30 on the dot.
Perfect.
10:30.
Thank
Okay.
you.
1, 2, ready.
Good morning. Please remain standing for the singing of our national anthem and the Canadian national anthem by our admissions counselor and UMPI alumna, class of 2014, one of today's candidates for a master's degree, Bethany Lord.
Oh, say, can you what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all thy sons command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north, strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
All of those that arranged the grounds and the areas here this morning for the wonderful amount of work that you did, the immense amount of work. If you had seen our campus 3 weeks ago, I was really worried that we wouldn't have giant piles of snow. So I just want to thank all of you that worked so hard to make this such a wonderful day for each of us. A warm welcome on this great spring morning to faculty, staff, trustees, distinguished guests, family and friends, and most of all, the class of 2018. I'm Ray Rice. I have the honor of serving as the president and provost of the University of Maine at Presque Isle. I'm here to welcome you to an extraordinary occasion as we join with the members of the class of 2018 in celebrating their accomplishments. In doing so, we also celebrate the exceptional individuals who helped today's graduates get to where they're sitting right now. Faculty and staff, family and friends, all of you whom have helped these students succeed in so many ways during their undergraduate experience. Truly, today would not be possible without the months and years of support, guidance, instruction, mentoring, and friendship that you have provided the class of 2018. It truly does take a village for the university to succeed, and I am grateful to all of those who have worked to make today possible for each and every one of you. To pair and with more than a measure of loss and apprehension. That is because the class of 2018, in so many diverse ways, is truly one of the most outstanding collective of graduates ever to have come through our doors. These graduates, traditional students, adult learners, commuters, online students, have accomplished so much and given so much. They have indeed taught us so much at the university during their time with us, and done it with such commitment and vigor that I am truly optimistic about the future of our institution, our county, our state, our country, our global community. Your class, reflective of your generation, shares values that our society needs now more than ever: a dedication to public service, a genuine concern for the environment, for sustainable living, tolerance and understanding of different views and lifestyles expressed through civil discourse, and the recognition of the importance of collaboration across and within communities. Who you are and what you have learned at Presque Isle has equipped you to face any challenges and developed opportunities that our community so very much need. Your degrees and professional programs in the arts and sciences, supported by the backbone of a liberal arts education, have given you the tools and skills complementing your own innate inquisitiveness and ingenuity to thrive in this changing world. And as you explore that world, remember the time that you spent here at UMPI. Recall those who pushed you in the right direction and stretched your imagination and spirit. Keep in touch with each other and your university, and always remember that this community and this campus is a place you can call home. So welcome to the greatest day so far in our institutional history, the 109th commencement of the University of Maine at Presque Isle. I would like to now introduce the members of the platform party behind me. Audience, please hold your applause until I've introduced them all. This year's honorary degree recipient and commencement speaker, United States Senator Angus King, State Representative Carol McElwee, District number 149, State Representative Dustin White, District number 146, State Representative David McCrae, UMPI graduate, District number 148, State Representative Trey Stewart, District number 147. Norman Fournier, Board of Trustees, representing the University of Maine system. Deborah Rourke, our Executive Director of University Advancement. Barbara Blackstone, the Dean, our College of Professional Programs and Education. Jason Johnston, the Dean of the College of Arts and Sciences. Vanessa Pearson, our Dean of Students. Carolyn Dorsey, the Chair of our Faculty Assembly. Jason Parent, representing the Board of Visitors and the incoming Vice Chair, and Tom Weyer, the President of the UMPI Alumni Association. Thank you so much for being with us this morning. It is our tradition at each commencement to honor the graduating class of 50 years prior. Today, we are most pleased to recognize the following members of the class of 1968, a truly distinguished group. Please stand if you wish and be so recognized. Lester Hersey, John Haley, and David McCrae. It is also my honor to recognize the group of individuals who have been singularly dedicated to the success and accomplishments of all of you within the graduating class of 2018, a devoted, tireless collective of teachers and professionals, scholars and artists who have committed themselves week in, week out, inside and outside of the classroom. From first-year seminars to advanced level fieldwork, internships, senior shows, each of whom has dedicated him or herself to ensuring that you, this year's graduates, gain the skills and abilities necessary for success in all or whatever comes next. A truly remarkable group of educators and friends, the faculty of the University of Maine at Presque Isle. It's my special privilege to recognize the faculty emeriti with us this morning who served with distinction during their service to this institution and remain such essential members of our community. Again, please rise if you see fit. Clifton Budman, Guy Gallagher, Royal Goheen, Richard Kimball, Malcolm Coulter, Linda Graves, Suzanne Bodette, Andrea Gorman-Gelder, and Kim Ann Perkins, our most recent emeriti faculty member, and Christine Standifer. I'm also very pleased to once again welcome Anatol Vik and his accompanist, Andrew Sullivan, and on the piano, Jiharu Naruse, who have done such a wonderful job doing the music this morning and will continue in just a moment. All right, that's my favorite rendition of the alma mater I've heard yet, so thank you so much. That's beautiful. At this time, Trustee Fournier will bring greetings to the graduating class of 2018 on behalf of the University of Maine system. Trustee?
Thank you, President Rice, Senator King, President Rice, distinguished legislators, parents, family members, faculty, staff, friends, and especially the class of 2018. On behalf of the Board of Trustees of the University of Maine system and the Maine citizens we serve, I congratulate you, today's graduates, on your achievement and thank you for your scholarship, research, and service to the university community and to the state of Maine. Special thank you to Senator King for his support for public higher education, its mission, and the students we serve. He has always been a strong advocate of higher education as governor and now as a U.S. Senator. Senator, it is truly appreciated. My congratulations and appreciations are also extended to the parents, to the families, teachers, friends, faculty, and staff who have helped the class of 2018 along the path of accomplishment and personal improvement. Many have had a hand in helping those who will set foot on this stage in a few minutes. As a trustee, I am particularly grateful for the dedication and talent of UMPI's faculty and staff who have inspired and supported our graduates. A similar thanks is owed to the people of Maine for their generous and continued support for our public university system. Education is an investment in our society as well as in our students. Today's graduates are among approximately 5,000 students who will obtain credentials and degrees this month from our public universities. Many of you will stay in Maine, strengthening our state's workforce and providing new leadership for our communities. We will advance collectively with every step you take toward a personal or professional goal. I hope one of your goals is to remain connected to UMPI as a proud member of the alumni community and as an advocate for a high-quality, affordable system of public education. Working together, we can give learners of all ages, background, and location the very same opportunities that were available to you as students. So class of 2018, keep learning, keep discovering, and keep engaging with your community, whether this future adventure takes you. But don't forget, if you do go away, and we hope that you don't, but if you do, we want you back. The state of Maine needs you, your talents, your energy, enthusiasm, and intelligence play a critical role in moving our state into the future. There are a lot of great places to live in the world, but I can tell you from my experience, there is no better place to work, to grow, and live than the state of Maine, especially Aroostook County. Again, on behalf of the Board of Trustees of the University of Maine System, I wish every graduate the very best in the days and years ahead and look forward to celebrating your future accomplishments. Congratulations and good luck.
Mr. Jason Parent of the Board of Visitors and 1996 alum of UMPI will now greet the graduates.
Good morning. Senator King, President Rice, faculty, staff, family and friends of the graduates, and most importantly, you, the members of the class of 2018, it is my honor and pleasure to bring greetings from the University of Maine at Presque Isle Board of Visitors on this important and joyous occasion. 22 years ago, what seems like both yesterday and a lifetime ago, I was among the graduates who sat in these rows and marched on this stage to receive my UMPI degree. Today, I can proudly say that I credit my UMPI experience, along with the love, friendship, and support of many, with the building blocks for not only a successful professional career, but a life filled with great opportunity. A few years ago, the university launched a new alumni initiative, encouraging those of us who graduated as UMPI Owls to share with the world where our wings have taken us. Certainly, the plumage you have gained from those who have helped you along the way through your UMPI education has the potential to give you the lift you need to take flight. But today, I want to share with you how to soar. The secret, as I have learned, is not so much in how you use your owl wings, but how you answer the owl call. The sound is most often described as a hoot, but to me sounds like who. You will determine where your wings will take you by how you answer this call. When asked, who will make our community a better place to live? Who will take over from the current generation of leaders, and who will mentor the next? Who will step forward to ensure our friends and neighbors in need have their basic needs met? Who will commit to staying here in Aroostook County and making our community even stronger and more vibrant? Or even who will pay it forward to those who follow in our footsteps by supporting our university? What will your answer be? For our 18-member Board of Visitors, for hundreds of your soon-to-be fellow UMPI alumni, for your faculty and the staff that have carried you on their wings in your time as an owl in training, as you leave the nest, the answer to these questions for them has been, I will. Many of you are well-rehearsed in answering who exactly this way. Perhaps it is your upbringing, your engagement as a student during your time here, your passion for community, or like me, a combination of all three that makes stepping up seem natural. The degrees printed on paper that you will take with you here today are less emblematic of what you have accomplished and more representative of what is expected. So yes, I share with you the most heartfelt congratulations of the UMPI Board of Visitors as you celebrate a job very well done, but also join with them in charging you to use your UMPI experience and set your wings to soar by always knowing how to best answer the owl call. Thank you and congratulations.
Look, my regalia keeps falling off here. All right. Carolyn Dorsey, the Chair of the Faculty Assembly, Associate Professor of Business Management and Director of CBE Programs, brings you greetings from our faculty.
Good morning and welcome. I'm honored to be here today to represent the faculty of the University of Maine at Presque Isle and to congratulate our graduates on this incredible academic achievement. But first, to the families and all of those here supporting someone that's graduating, thank you for sharing them with us for these past years. It's been our privilege to walk beside them on this uncertain and what I'm sure to them at times seemed like unending path. To be able to witness their growth, their engagement on our campus, their level of academic rigor, their devotion to service learning projects, and their participation in complex scholarly research has been simply amazing. To the graduates, you have sat through countless classroom lectures, activities, and labs, and now we kindly ask that you listen for just a few more minutes as we offer just one more assignment. This last assignment may seem a little bit different than the ones you've been given in the past. Whatever it is you choose to do when you leave UMPI, we want you to go out there and make mistakes. Make magnificent and splendid mistakes. Because chances are, if you're making mistakes, you're attempting something that you've never done before. Challenge yourself. Go outside of your comfort zone. Push yourself. Do not stop and do not settle. If you can't stop thinking about something, then don't stop working towards it. Our goal in your time here was not to make you smarter. It was to give you the confidence and tools to ask better questions, to think critically, to talk and listen with an open mind. Commit to this as a journey and look for those opportunities for redos and retakes that will help you continually evolve as a true lifelong learner. Remember, today is not an ending, rather a milestone in your timeline for success. Think about that success for a moment and be proud of what you've accomplished. The faculty here at UMPI join you in celebrating, and we encourage you to go out there and think about this new assignment, what your next milestone or mistake may be. Thank you.
That's life, a series of redos and retakes. It is now my great privilege and pleasure this morning to introduce our commencement speaker and honorary degree recipient, Angus King Jr., Senator of this great state of Maine. From 1995 to 2003, Senator King served as the 72nd governor of this state, during which time he focused on economic development, job creation. He achieved significant reforms in education, including the Maine Learning Technology Initiative, of which so many of you here today are its recipients, as well as mental health services, environmental protection. During his tenure, Senator King was the only governor in the U.S. who was unaffiliated with any political party. Rather, he labored to forge an administration which, in his own words, through civility, common sense, building bridges, working with coalitions, and working with people one at a time, left Maine a more civil and dynamic place, well equipped for the challenges of the 21st century. As he writes in his book, Governor's Travels, How I Left Politics, Learned to Back Up a Bus, and Found America, Senator King made a cold turkey transition as a political leader, and again, in his own words, perhaps like that of the greatest icon of civic virtue, Cincinnatus of Rome, viewed public service not as a lifelong career, but as, quote, something you do for a while in between stints at real life. And when your time is up, you return to the plow, which is hopefully still somewhere close to where you left it. We are especially fortunate then that following the 6-month road trip, so wonderfully documented in his book, as well as his time at Bowdoin College, Angus King contemplated once again putting that plow down in 2011, following the departure of Olympia Snow, and took office as our senator on January 3rd, 2013. Since then, Senator King has brought his independent, coalition building, and above all, civil and respectful ethos to the United States Senate, serving on the Committee of Armed Services, the Committee on Energy and Natural Resources, the Committee on the Budget, and the Select Committee on Intelligence. He has worked tirelessly to strengthen our national security, improve access to health care, increase support for our veterans, and promote common sense budget priorities and the reduction of this country's debt. He has led attempts to address the national opioid epidemic, coordinated continuing efforts to revitalize our state's forest economy. He advocates for policies contributing to cleaner and cheaper energy that mitigate climate change, and always fights for the rights of each and every individual in this state and across our country. As a civic leader who espouses and epitomizes the very principles of civility, community, justice, and environmental stewardship, ones that we strive each and every day to model for you here at the University of Maine at Presque Isle, it is my distinct honor to welcome Senator Angus King.
Before I begin, in the program, there's a little biography and it mentions John McCain. And I just want to mention to all of you if you're of a mind to pray over this weekend or in the course of the next week or two, remember John McCain. In my opinion, probably the greatest living American. I had the fun and the honor, thank you. I had the honor and fun to travel with John McCain to some of the garden spots of the Middle East a couple of years ago, and they were garden spots. And traveling with John McCain is like a long march with Paul McCartney. It's nonstop work, and everybody in the world knows him. And it's a little humbling for a United States Senator to be with a crowd of people in Tel Aviv or Jordan or Saudi Arabia or Greenland and have them come up and say, "Here's my camera. Could you take a picture of me with Senator McCain?" I did that quite a few times. It's also a pleasure to be here. I thought it was lovely that we sang not only our national anthem, but the national anthem of Canada this morning. Being so close to Canada, I thought you might want to know the definition of a Canadian. A Canadian is an unarmed North American with health insurance. I just thought you'd want to know that. Okay. Now, the good news is that 4 years ago this weekend, or I think next week, I was the commencement speaker at Presque Isle High School. The bad news is the advice that I gave to the students then is much the same as the advice I'm going to give today. So those of you who were at that graduation can use the next 15 minutes or so to check your email and, you know, be in touch with your friends. But what I want to do is talk to the graduates. And what I'm going to share with you is 10 things I wish somebody had told me when I was graduating. Okay? Pretty straightforward. The good thing about this speech is that because I am doing 10 things, you'll know exactly where we are in the speech. So here's number one. Take more risks. Take more chances. The greatest impediment to your ability to achieve great things in life is that little man that sits on your shoulder and says, "You can't do that." It's yourself holding yourself back. And we do it because we're afraid of failing. We're afraid of making a mistake. It's okay to make a mistake. There is a multi-million-dollar industry in this country putting erasers on pencils. That means it's okay to make mistakes. Wayne Gretzky, one of my favorite philosophers, said, "You miss 100% of the shots you don't take." David Ortiz, at his peak with the Boston Red Sox, made an out 2 out of every 3 times he went to the plate. You're getting the drift? It's okay to make a mistake. If you don't take chances, if you don't take risks that go beyond what you think you can do, you will never get to the goals that you can achieve in your life. You yourself have that in your power. Now, that doesn't mean do stupid things. Don't go out this afternoon and say, "Senator King said I could take a case of beer and go on a motorcycle." No. But what I want you to do is think about things that you maybe don't think you can achieve, that you maybe think are a little high for the bar, and you can do it. You have to reach beyond what you can expect. So take more risks. That's number one. Number two, and there's a lot of science and research that went into this. You're going to think I'm a little crazy, but this is advice for you as you're going out, and I know many of you are non-traditional students and already have been in the world of work, but some of you are going to be heading into new employment. Every interview is over in the first 15 seconds. Did you know that? We are programmed to make instinctive, quick decisions. There's a whole book by Malcolm Gladwell called Blink, and it's on this very subject. Most people make their decision about you in the first 15 seconds. They're going to form their impression, and it's going to be very difficult to change it. That means you have to pay attention when you're making that first impression, when you're in that interview. And one of the first ways you do it is by your handshake. And I met a guy not a couple of years ago who had a little boy, and he said, "Meet Senator King, Johnny." And the little boy and the fellow said, "Give him 7." I thought, this is an odd kid. Give him 7. What he meant was 5 fingers, 2 eyes. Connect. This is your opportunity to make a connection and to give an impression. So just remember, when you're interviewing, it's all about how you're sitting, standing, what you say, the attention that you pay, what you have on. My son Duncan once said, "Dad, should I wear socks to the interview?" I said, "Only if you want the job." So, okay, that's number 2, 15-second interviews. The second is sort of, the third is a little bit close to this, and that is treat your first job as the most important job you'll ever have. A lot of people say, well, this summer I'm going to be a lifeguard. No big deal. Or I'm going to be a clerk, or I'm going to drive in a construction company. That's not a big deal. I'll show them what I've got when I'm the vice president. No. Show them what you've got in the job you're doing. Under promise and over deliver. Give them everything you've got. Come early, stay late, learn things, work extra. And I'll tell you a story along these lines. I know a kid who graduated from high school in, well, I won't go into, but it was a while ago, in the 80s. Right after graduating from high school, he wanted to work in a presidential campaign. So he went down to Boston and got a job with Michael Dukakis' presidential campaign. His job, he was just graduating from high school, was running the Xerox machine. That was his job, to make copies. But he was the best copier kid they ever saw. He came in early, he stayed late, he created ways to put the copies together to give to the candidate, to work for the campaign, and he impressed the people that he was working for. Mike Dukakis lost that election. The kid went on to college. 4 years later, Bill Clinton is elected president. One of the people that he worked with in that office as an 18-year-old remembered him and said, let's find that kid that was the all-star Xeroxer and bring him down here. 3 years later, he was personal assistant to the chief of staff of the President of the United States. I know that's a true story because that's my oldest son, Angus. The point of the story is, and he didn't get that job. I wasn't governor at the time. I had nothing to do with his getting that job. He got the job because he made an impression making the copies. You with me? So don't think that the first job is sort of a throwaway. Every job you have is an opportunity to build your reputation and to get a good recommendation the next time. So treat every job as the most important job you'll ever have. That's number 3. Number 4, I don't know how to emphasize this. I want you to really remember this. I'm going to do something just so you'll remember. Don't write anything into cyberspace you don't want your grandmother to read on the front page of the Bangor Daily News. Anything you put out on the internet is a digital tattoo. It never goes away. And guess what? Employers know how to use Google. I know of cases. I know of a young woman who had a job, was hired by a law firm. She did well in law school. She was hired by the law firm. They asked for her Facebook password. They went to her Facebook page and saw a lot of unpleasant stuff. She lost the job. This is no joke. Anything that you put out there, I literally use that standard. When I'm doing an email or a text, I think about what would happen if this went into the newspaper. And in my racket, that is likely to happen. So a lot of people say, well, we need to protect ourselves. The best way to protect yourself is to not write stupid stuff that goes out there in the first place. Okay, that's number 4. Number 5, there is no such thing as a geographic or material cure. If you're unhappy in Presque Isle, Maine, you're probably going to be unhappy in Denver, Paris, or New York. You carry your happiness around between your ears. And a lot of people say, well, I grew up in Washburn, but boy, when I get to Portland, then life's going to be great. It doesn't happen that way. And also, people often think, when I get my Harley, then I'm going to be happy. Actually, my Harley does make me kind of happy. But there's no thing that's going to solve all your problems. That's going to make you, you wake up the next morning, you still have to pay the mortgage or your student loans or and go to work. So don't get the idea that you can simply pick up and go someplace else or buy some object that somehow is going to make you happy. There's no such thing as a geographic or material cure. Number 6 is very close to that. Attitude really is everything. It makes all the difference, not only in terms of how you interact with other people, but how you feel yourself. I'm sure you've had the experience of going into a restaurant and the person comes up to wait on you and says, good afternoon, what'll it be? And you say, well, how's the meatloaf? It's great, it's really good. I just had it yesterday. Okay. And then you go into the same restaurant the next day or the day after, and a different person comes up and says, what do you want? I don't know, how's the meatloaf? I don't know, what do you want? It's the same job, everything's the same, but it's the attitude that's different. It's how you approach the situation. I go to St. Paul's Church down in Brunswick, Maine, and at one point on a Tuesday, my wife and I had dinner with a couple from the church, and in the middle of dinner, the fellow said, Angus, I'm sorry to tell you this, but we're leaving the church. My wife and I are leaving St. Paul's. I said, oh, I'm really sorry to hear that. How come? He said, well, it's just not very friendly. It's not a very warm place. After the service, nobody talks to us, and we're just don't feel involved in the community of the church, and so we're leaving. I said, oh, gee, I'm sorry to hear that. That's too bad. Literally that Friday, we had dinner with another couple from the church, and the fellow volunteered. He said, Angus, you know why we like St. Paul so much? I said, why is that, Walt? He said, because it's such a warm and welcoming community. Everybody's taken us in like family, and we just love it, and we're so connected to the church. It was the same church, the same minister, the same liturgy, the same hymns. The difference was the attitude. I also heard something just this week that's kind of a fun thing to remember. When you're having trouble in life, you need an attitude of fortitude. When you're happy, you need an attitude of gratitude. That's kind of nice. An attitude of fortitude, an attitude of gratitude. Here's another way to look at it. And this goes back to my point that attitude is everything. It's your attitude that determines your altitude, not your aptitude. Got it? It's your attitude that determines your altitude, not your aptitude. Attitude makes all the difference. Okay. See, we're more than halfway done. You're almost graduated. By the way, on attitude, Winston Churchill said, success consists of going from failure to failure without a loss of enthusiasm. I've always liked that. Number 7, practical advice. Always carry a $20 bill folded up somewhere on your person. I guarantee you're going to need it. When you go to the ATM or your parents, whichever, get a little cash, take a 20 out of the pile, fold it up, and tuck it in the back of your wallet or in your shoe or someplace. Right now, I've got one folded up in where my credit cards live. And sometime, I guarantee if you start this today, sometime in the next 6 weeks, you're going to need it. You're going to forget you had it, and then you're going to need it, and you're going to say, thanks, Angus. I've been doing this for 40 years. I can't tell you how many of the times it saved me at a toll or, I won't go into all the other places it's been useful, but a $20 bill, fold it up, hide it somewhere, it'll come in handy. Okay, number 8. This is a pretty straightforward one. You ready? You writing this down? Number 8. When in doubt, don't get married. You got that? The fact that that's the first line of this speech that's gotten applause should tell you something. And the key phrase is, when in doubt. Marriage is a lifetime commitment. And when you're not sure, don't do it. Take your time. And I want to address a special comment to the ladies. Ladies, He's not a project. Okay? If you don't love him because, you know, if you think, well, I really love him, but I'm not so sure about this stock car stuff, that's who he is. Don't ever go into a relationship thinking, well, I can fix these rough edges here. He's not a project. When in doubt, don't get married. Number 9, be honest even if it hurts. Be honest even if it hurts. It's easy to be honest when you stop at a stop sign and there's a police officer at the next corner. That's not what I'm talking about. Be honest, even and maybe particularly when it may cost you something, because what you're doing is building up your reputation and your character. And there's no second chance on this subject. If you develop a reputation early in life for not being fully honest, for not being forthcoming, it's very difficult to get it back, to get that back. It's very difficult. It's like sculpting in concrete. Some of you have probably dealt with concrete. Early in the process, it's real soft and, you know, malleable. It's watery, but man, once it gets hard, you can't change it with a chisel and a hammer. And that's your reputation. Right now, you're sculpting that reputation, and you want it to be of someone who is honest. Most everything in your life can be taken away by somebody else. Cars, houses, job, everything can be taken away. Only you can give away your good name. Only you can do that. Don't do it. Become one of those people who is absolutely reliable. And that will make a huge difference in the rest of your life. Finally, number 10. Always care for your friends and family, because when times get tough, they're all you have. You're going to have tough times in your life. You're going to have illnesses or problems in employment or whatever it's going to be. You're going to need people to be with you, to stand with you. And you want it to be those family and friends. And you know what? If you stood with them, they'll be with you. And that's so important because, as I say, in the end, when times are tough, they're all you have. The Beatles, another set of philosophers, said, the love you get is equal to the love you give. It's a pretty straightforward formula, equal. The love you get is equal to the love you give. And so, sometime 6 months from now, a year from now, 2 years from now, a friend of yours is going to be married, say, I'm getting married in Chicago, I hope you can make it. You say, oh, geez, you know, the airfare, and I got something to do that weekend, I don't know if I can make it. Go. Be there for them. When I was a young man, I worked in Washington and worked for a United States senator. I was 29 years old. I had cancer. I had an operation. And I woke up from the operation and looked down, and there at the end of the bed was Bill Hathaway, Senator Bill Hathaway, in the most foolish-looking green suit for an operating room. But I've never forgotten that, and I never will forget it as long as I live. He was there. He was there. Be there. Just last night, I got a text from Mary that one of our dear friends died yesterday. We knew that she had cancer. We knew that her days were numbered. And about a month ago, we went to see her, spent the afternoon with her. The first thing I thought of after I thought of what a loss we had to lose Jean was, boy, am I glad we went to see her, because now we can't. Always be there for your friends and family. So that's the advice for this morning. The last thing I'll say is Godspeed to the UMPI class of 2018. Thank you.
It is now my pleasure, as president of the University of Maine at Presque Isle, to present an honorary degree to Angus King, United States Senator.
took my hat off. First rule if you're going into politics, never have a picture taken with a funny hat on.
Never were one of these, they fall out. And Trustee Fournier, if you can present the citation, which is right there. I'll read it for the audience. Angus King, U.S. Senator, past governor of Maine, proponent of civic responsibility. You are commended today for your service to the state of Maine and your dedication as a thoughtful, independent voice at the highest levels of government. As a longtime public servant and as a champion for civic responsibility, bipartisan dialogue, and consensus building, you have worked at the state and national level to represent and advocate for the people of Maine. In your work as Maine's first independent United States Senator, you have brought Republicans and Democrats together to find common sense solutions for the state and country. Your efforts in the Senate have helped to strengthen Americans' national security, improve access to health care, increase support of veterans, develop access to critical community resources. As Maine's 72nd governor, you created important change in the areas of economic development, job creation, and education. Your passion for and support of this university in particular has been unwavering and has provided students and community members with exceptional educational opportunities. Your work has made an important impact upon the people of Aroostook County, the state of Maine, and beyond. In appreciation of your outstanding service and in recognition of your status as a dedicated public servant, I confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa. It is now time for Dean Jason Johnston, with a T, to make the presentation of the candidates for degrees. Please note that some graduates will be wearing colored cords around their necks: gold for summa cum laude, blue for magna cum laude, white for cum laude, red, white, and blue for a military veteran, and Kelly green for campus to career distinguished graduates. In addition to our own graduates, we will also be awarding bachelor's degrees to students from the University of Maine at Augusta and master's degrees to students from the University of Southern Maine and the University of Maine Farmington.
Good morning, everyone. I'd like to give you a few seconds to stretch, get a drink while I get settled here. So a reminder to the graduates, you'll be coming across the stage and getting 2 photos. Those will be taken by professional photographers. Those are available for sale. And then going to the corner to get your wings pinned on you.
Remember, there's 3 cute little owls. I don't know if you can see it on the live feed. And so the senator will stand on the outside owl. I'll be on this owl, and you'll stand in the middle owl.
The first thing before we get started, I'd like to ask you to join me in thanking your faculty. And let's get started. Will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Biology please rise and come forward? Ethan Scott Karen. Bonnie Ann Corey, magna cum laude. Will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Business Administration please rise and come forward? Joshua Brian Williams, magna cum laude. Candace Dawn Curtis Smith, summa cum laude. Christina Marie Rafford, summa cum laude, United States Marine Corps veteran. Carson Mark Wilcox. Matthew Lewis Brown. Ying Zhang, cum laude. Sandra A. McDonald, United States Army veteran. Ashley Ann Doobie, magna cum laude. Michaela Lee King. Logan Kayla Karen, magna cum laude. Spencer Greg Garrison, magna cum laude. Megan Donna Byther, magna cum laude. Breen Keith Blackstone. Darby Drew Cook, magna cum laude. Amanda Nicole Britton. Quentin Xavier Harris. Christian Gavrilovsky, cum laude. Kimberly Lamont Collins. Nathaniel David Bowers. Matthew Aaron Curry, magna cum laude. Matthew Richard Couchon. Brooke Elizabeth Varney, cum laude. Solomon Fast, cum laude. Christopher Charles Morley, magna cum laude. Just the Adan Kumani Mohammed. Will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Criminal Justice please rise and come forward? Valentina Marie Ananziata, summa cum laude, campus to career distinguished graduate. Ryan Stephen Dubois, cum laude, and a double major in psychology. Courtney Elizabeth Cody, cum laude, with a double major in psychology and campus to career distinguished graduate. Cody David Gates, summa cum laude. Seth Omer Cropley, cum laude. Ryan James Pelkey. Christopher Eric Arnold II, cum laude. Joshua Marada. Matthew John Manter. Tyler Dean Seeley. Anthony Chacho. Abigail Watton DeVue. Kerrigan Kennedy Levesque, cum laude. Will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Arts in English please rise and come forward? Megan Christine King. Monica Ann Hewitt, magna cum laude, campus to career distinguished graduate. Tong Liu. Megan Elizabeth Legacy, Campus to Career Distinguished Graduate. Will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Arts in History and Political Science please rise and come forward? Catherine Ann Waldron. Frank Patricio Nunez, cum laude. Will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Psychology please rise and come forward? Thank you. Janae Elise Libby. Thanks. Sarah Elizabeth Plord. Alexis Aaron Marie Bell, cum laude. Amanda Lee Cosme, magna cum laude. Elizabeth M. Bishop, magna cum laude. Jamie Claire Allen, magna cum laude. Austin Aaron Daniels. Donald Collins Jr., cum laude. Will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Applied Science please rise and come forward? Sharice Angelica Cole, magna cum laude. Jennifer Buzza, summa cum laude. Will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Liberal Studies please rise and come forward? Jennifer Carol Grass, Criminal Justice. Kelsey Marie Buck, summa cum laude, history. Victoria Marie Studholm, cum laude, human services, campus to career distinguished graduate. Natasha Elena Ponder, educational studies. Brett Bryson McPhail, social studies instruction. Tegan Tracy Lorison, art. Jacob Scott Lasson, fitness and wellness. Shay Brown, summa cum laude, business administration. Will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Athletic Training please rise and come forward? Thank you. Mitchell Bruce Ayotte, cum laude. Austin Joseph Bernier, magna cum laude. Christopher Adam Bernier. Christopher Daly. Jordan Arthur Gillespie. Allison Page Lopez, magna cum laude. Christian Blake Lunn. Sarah Christine McKenzie, cum laude. Nicole Marie Marucci, magna cum laude. Sarah Catherine Packard, summa cum laude. Tamara Emmeline Tompkins, summa cum laude. Will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Elementary Education please rise and come forward? Victoria Joy Butterfield, cum laude. Brittany Christine McPhail, magna cum laude. Will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Environmental Sciences and Sustainability please rise and come forward? Alyssa R. Doherty, magna cum laude. Will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Mathematics please rise and come forward? Saul Anival Nunez, magna cum laude. Wei Wong, cum laude. Will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Physical Education and Exercise Science please rise and come forward? Maurice Harris, Jr. Kevin Lamar Collins. Jessica Lynn Dickinson, cum laude. Jesus Gabriel Garcia. Will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Secondary Education please rise and come forward? Thank you. Lacey Dawn McCory. Joshua Thomas Everett Marr. Will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Social Work please rise and come forward? Matthew Thomas Terrio, magna cum laude, campus to career distinguished graduate. Desiree Agnes Virginia Ellis, magna cum laude. Courtney Marie Chartier. Cassidy Faith Bell, Campus 2 Career Distinguished Graduate. Christine Carleen Lapointe, cum laude, Campus 2 Career Distinguished Graduate. Jessica Morley, cum laude, Campus 2 Career Distinguished Graduate. Emily Rose Netto, Campus 2 Career Distinguished Graduate. Alyssa Cheryl Summerson, Campus 2 Career Distinguished Graduate. Christine Louise Lewis, cum laude. Hope Regina Ladd, cum laude. Will the candidates for the degree of Associate of Arts please rise and come forward? Cassandra L. Nightingale. Adriana Emma Levesque, cum laude. What? Lauren Emily West. Will the candidates for the degree of Associate of Science please rise and come forward? Natalie Ann Graves, cum laude. Brittany Lynn Parmalee, magna cum laude. Mackenzie D. Callahan, cum laude. Michael F. Costa, summa cum laude. Brandon Lee Fuller. I'm sorry, I'm going to apologize to the four whose degree specifics I didn't read on this, and I'm going to continue doing that from here on out. My apologies to you. Brandon Lee Fuller, Associate of Science and Physical Therapist Assistant. Yeah, here. And now we have Ellis Dwayne Pelletier, Associate of Science and Physical Therapist Assistant. Associate of Science and Physical Therapist Assistant, Ian R. Durgan, summa cum laude. Associate of Science and Physical Therapist Assistant, Marissa Catherine Clark, magna cum laude. Associate of Science in Physical Therapist Assistant, Matthew Amnott, cum laude, United States Marine Corps veteran. Associate of Science in Physical Therapist Assistant, Lee Hunter Ireland, magna cum laude. Associate of Science in Medical Laboratory Technology, Lydia Tilley, summa cum laude. Will the candidates for the degree of Master of Science in Adult and Higher Education from the University of Southern Maine please rise and come forward? Carol Marie McGlynn. What's your middle name? Do you want it? What? Bethany Elaine Lord. USM. Will the candidates for the degree of Master of Science in Education in Educational Leadership from the University of Maine at Farmington please rise and come forward? So Farmington. Renee S. Gorno. Danette N. Medor. Kylie Faith Lapierre. Margaret Ann Guimond. Robbie Lee Netto. Timothy Michael Tweedy. Lonnie Lynn Netto. Julie L. Conrad. Jennifer Lynn Mahan. Mindy Rose Bell. Matthew A. Grillo. Amy Joy Goff. Will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Liberal Studies from the University of Maine at Augusta please rise and come forward? Quincy McGarry. Ivy Shannon Nair. Will the graduates please rise? President Rice, I have the honor to present our students who have been judged by the faculty of the University of Maine at Presque Isle, the University of Maine at Augusta, the University of Southern Maine, and the University of Maine at Farmington, worthy of degrees of Bachelor of Science, Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Applied Science, Bachelor of Liberal Studies, Bachelor of Social Work, Associate of Arts, Associate of Science, Master of Science in Adult and Higher Education, and Master of Science in Education.
Flip the page. By the virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of the University of Maine System and confirming the action of our faculty, I hereby grant unto you the appropriate degree of Bachelor of Science, Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Applied Science, Bachelor of Fine Arts, Bachelor of Liberal Studies, Bachelor of Social Work, Associate of Arts, Associate of Science, Master of Adult and Higher Education, Master of Science in Education, together with all the rights and privileges appertaining thereto. You may now move your tassels from the right side of your caps to the left side, signifying you are now officially college graduates. She had a little difficulty there with moving, but it worked out. The graduating class of 2018 would not have made it this far without the support of those around them. They would like to take this opportunity to thank them for their unending support. Graduates, please stand. You've already done that. Turn and give a round of applause to the audience. Now you may be seated. Because there's one more person you need to hear from. At this time, I am pleased to, cards are falling all over the floor here. At this time, I am pleased to introduce Tom Wire, a
Okay, we're on the home straight here. Good afternoon, members of the class of 2018. On behalf of the Board of Directors of the University of Maine at Presque Isle Alumni Association, I am honored to welcome you into our association as our newest alumni. You are now officially alumni of the University of Maine at Presque Isle. Just in the last year, I've seen a lot of great things from this graduating class. I've read about a group of UMPI students and staff who gave their spring break and completed service projects at the Bryant Pond 4-H Camp and Learning Center. As part of UMPI's Campus to Career initiative, I had the opportunity to meet students who are deeply driven to serve our communities and improve our industries. I've met those of you who plan and coordinate adventures as part of Dr. Jackie Lohman's Beyond Limits team. You're sharing the liberating message that we can find great opportunity in any challenge. I was lucky to be a part of the Diversity Dialogue event hosted by your Inclusion and Civility Task Force. You gave me tremendous hope in our ability to engage in constructive dialogue. In my opinion, no matter where life leads you from UMPI, you will find no work more important than to share these skills of civil discourse. And there's much more that I'm not going to list that you've achieved in the last few years, so I can honestly say that I'm greatly proud to call you fellow alumni. As UMPI alumni, you now belong to an exclusive network that goes back to 1903. It's a network with impressive experience and connections. Alumni members are making an impact in every industry and service you could imagine, from the Secret Service to professional sports, from the county to Silicon Valley, and way beyond. I'm here to give you one simple piece of advice. Leverage this network that we call the Alumni Association. The Alumni Association is governed by a dedicated group of board members who were once like you, poised for this moment between college and your career. The board sets direction for the association, builds programs to support alumni, and assists in planning alumni events. So how can you get started and stay connected with your alumni association? I'm just going to list 4 ways, and then I'm going to be done. Homecoming. Homecoming is a great opportunity to re-engage with your alumni network and have a blast at the same time. This year, it's going to be in the last week of September. So mark your calendar and stay tuned for more info. Second, join the UMPI Alumni Facebook group. This gives you access to information about your alma mater and classmates. Third, keep your contact information up to date with us and look out for the Alumni Blue and Gold publication. And finally, check out, as Jason mentioned, the Where Have Your Wings Taken You page, yourwings.umpi.edu. It's another way to keep up with your fellow alumni, and we'd love to hear from you and for you to share your stories of where you go now that you've earned your wings. So we're looking forward to hearing from you and where our Alumni Association can help to take you. So please keep in touch, stay tuned, and one last time, welcome and congratulations for being part of the Alumni Association.
Graduates, please rise for the ceremonial tossing of the caps. Before we do that, though, I will go off script very briefly. I'm giving a shout out to somebody who's celebrating a birthday today, Spencer Garrison. Congratulations. Also a shout out to Joshua Williams, who is getting married this afternoon. After heeding the senator's advice. And a special shout out, because not everybody is finished. Women's softball is going on to national finals for the USCAA. They leave tomorrow for the 3rd straight year. Good luck. And with that, I'll count down from 3 so our photographer can get the picture she really wants. That I want? All right. 3, 2, 1. Remember to at least find one cap so you can return it. I will stay in the gymnasium for a while for anyone who likes to have a picture taken with the president. I'm assuming some of the rest of the party here will stay as well. We have a stage area set up in the flag court. I believe the backdrop is not up because the winds are just a little too high, but there is that set up in the flag court for photo opportunities around our flags. There is a reception immediately following this in the campus center to which everyone is invited. Again, my special thanks to the music this morning, which was absolutely wonderful, especially the alma mater. And with that, Dr. McCarthy.
Queen of Soul. 1, 2.